In today's layout update, I'm continuing to work on the scenery which hides a hole through the backdrop on my layout. Let me show you. Hi, I'm Roy Smith. If you have been following my current series of videos, then you know that I've been renovating the Evanston and Granger Junction areas of my layout. As a part of this renovation, I am trying to hide a hole through the backdrop at Granger Junction. You know from previous episodes that I opened this hole quite some time ago to add the Pocatello subdivision to my layout. You also know that the Pocatello subdivision joins the Evanston subdivision at Granger, Wyoming. I would like to say that I have been able to finish this project, but we can't always make the kind of progress we would like to. I was gone for 2 weeks on a trip to Florida. Then when I returned from Florida, I spent a whole lot of time getting ready for Thanksgiving, which is a big event for family and friends here at my house every year. Well, now I'm back to work on my layout, and I would like to show you what I have accomplished this week. At the beginning of the week, the scene I'm working on looked like this. The hole through the backdrop is located on a curve in the backdrop, making it more challenging to hide the hole. I hope you will go back to episode 3 to see why I chose to hide the hole using scenery and a highway overpass, and how I went about doing it. I will put a link to my Evanston renovation playlist down below. You will recall that I'm using white styrofoam, sculpt mold, and spackling paste to create this scenery. Here's the scene with the highway overpass now in place. Right now, the overpass is supported only by a single pier and a temporary post, but this will change as I go along. The left or west end of the overpass was especially challenging because I had to cut it at an angle and on a curve. I had to make the overpass longer than it originally was. I thought I had enough of everything I needed to do this, but as it turned out, I had no more railings for the overpass extension. I ordered more railings, but it probably will take 2 weeks or so for them to arrive. My initial plan was to put a shallow 3D structure here behind which the overpass would disappear out of sight. But as you will see a little later on in this video, I've modified this plan a bit. The next part of this project is to do the road connecting the two bridges, as you see here. I have made a pasteboard template for the road to make sure the curve in the road will look realistic before beginning the actual construction. Then I began the road construction. First, I put down some glue. I spread the glue around a bit. And then I put down HO scale road bed for the road itself. As it so happens, HO scale roadbed is the perfect width for N-scale roads. It's easier and quicker than other methods of road construction, and it bends easily to make curves in the road. I'm using foam nails to hold it in place until the glue dries. I will leave the foam nails in place overnight. I will now build up this short section of the road with sculpt-to-mold to level out the road between the HO scale roadbed and the height of the existing bridge that crosses Green River. This sculpt-to-mold will also need to dry overnight. Tomorrow I can apply a thin coat of spackling paste on top of the roadbed and sculpt-to-mold to create a smooth road surface. Now, as I said earlier, I was planning to put this building here behind which the overpass would disappear. But as I was thinking about this, I came up with an idea that I think will work better and look more realistic. I am moving the building a bit to the left and will fill in the space between the building and the overpass with a hill that will amount to an extension of the existing hills in this scene. The overpass will disappear behind this hill instead of the building. Give me a minute to get started on this and I will be right back. And here's the beginning of that hill. Once again, I am using stacked up layers of white styrofoam as a scenery base. I have glued the layers of styrofoam together and will leave them to dry overnight. Tomorrow I can shape the hill by carving it. By the way, I cut and carve styrofoam off layout so that I don't get those little beads of styrofoam all over the place. I'm pleased with this change. I think that adding a hill here will hide the overpass as it disappears into the backdrop. The building can go here then as a shallow 3D structure. And we have completed this just in time because I hear an eastbound intermodal train approaching the scene from beyond the backdrop. Well, there you have it, the progress I have made this week. Thank you for allowing me to share my progress with you. Remember, I try to upload a layout update every Saturday morning, such as this one, and an episode of Dispatch, the weekly show for model railroaders, every Tuesday night. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you haven't done it yet, so that you don't miss any of the upcoming episodes. It's always a pleasure to share the hobby of model railroading with you. Until next time then, happy railroading. I'm Roy Smith, and I will see you again very soon.